This video is brought to you by PCARS Models. Check out PCARS Models for more info. And this video is also brought to you by Takoji Challenge's Patreon page. Please check out Takoji's Patreon page and donate $5 a month to help his channel. Hello everyone, Delta here, and welcome to a special video that I decided I'd like to try out today, which is to do a review of some Project Cars cars, and I thought I'd do like individual reviews per car, as I don't think a lot of people have done it, and each car in Project Cars is unique, as each car handles a lot differently over the other. And it's also a good way to also show you some tips and tricks on how to make these cars faster and how to also drive them in the first place. So I thought I'd do that today to do it just for fun and see where this leads on. You know, they're not very hard videos to make, and yeah, I thought I'd just do it and tell you what I feel about certain cars. And today's car that we're going to be using is the IndyCar, the DW12, which is the current spec IndyCar used for the 2016 season. It's a road course version, so not the oval version. And I'm going to show you some gameplay on a 3-minute race, explain some of the feelings I felt driving this car, and some tips and tricks that I recommend to users using it. So right now you're probably seeing a little bit of a race that I'm doing currently right now. I'm doing it on board, so there is not so much things going on because I randomly spawned my qualifying position, and coincidentally it put me on pole position. So I started first for this race, and I finished it pretty much in first. Yeah, this car is a DLC only car. It comes out with the American DLC pack, or the USA car pack, if I'm not mistaken. And we're driving around Road America, if you haven't guessed already, which is a racetrack that already exists in Project Cars, so nothing new there, to be honest. And personally, my views on this is actually, generally speaking, quite nice. I'm a big fan of the DW12 already in the first place. I should note at this point the wheel I'm using is a Thrustmaster T300 RS, using the Formula 1 Ferrari rim for that Thrustmaster wheel. And honestly, I really like driving this car. There's a lot of things that I don't like as well, but I'll get to that a little later. Generally speaking, the feeling I had with the car is that it does have a lot, you know, it has a larger turning radius. It's quite a little bit heavier than any single-seater car I've driven before. It's sort of like a crossover between a Formula 1 car and a NASCAR. It doesn't have the same handling as a Le Mans car, because that's sort of always a little bit of a crossover. Both, actually, it's probably got heavier handling than the Le Mans prototype cars. But generally speaking, it's quite a nice car overall, and I really do like it, actually. But I don't like some other things about it, like the boost, which I'll get to in a second. The brakes are not as sensitive as I thought they were going to be. I thought it would brake a lot deeper into corners. It actually brakes a lot further than a Formula B car and a prototype Formula 1 car as well, which was definitely unexpected. It also doesn't ride curbs as well as I thought it was going to ride it, but that always varies between single-seaters. And of course, this track doesn't give a pure indication of it either, because driving the curbs on Road America is a little bit of a challenge, as they're generally speaking quite small and quite thin, the actual curbing itself. Having said this, there are some things that did bug me. Overall, the quality of the actual IndyCar, starting with the boost. The boost, basically, you can press it anytime you want. That's fine. It's the boost system works generally speaking also in IndyCar. But what doesn't make sense is that if I want to take this car testing, the boost button just doesn't work at all. And also, it does give some power, but it doesn't give a lot of like oomph like a Formula B car does. And I feel that maybe there's still some tweaks that they're going to probably make with this. But that's not really what ticked me off. I think what ticked me off was actually the sound. It's basically a tuned-up Formula B car, so it doesn't sound as It doesn't sound a lot like a like an IndyCar, which for some people who are paying €3 or $5 in my case for a small car pack, it doesn't really matter too much, but you know, it's authenticity in it that's kind of important. And this is a car that I've been waiting for a long time. It's been teased for at least a year, and it's finally here, and it is pretty good overall. In terms of other handling characteristics that I also noticed, it doesn't really kick out a lot. You know, the back end doesn't kick out, so there's no slip from the throttle. So you're not really going to expect it to be too difficult. What I did do is I asked one of my friends who does do a lot of Project Cars as well, and he used a keyboard driving this car, and he had a big difficulty driving it. Not because it was hard to drive, like in terms of applying the throttle. In fact, he found it one of the easiest cars to drive, but one of the things he struggled with was the very heavy steering, and he was just using a keyboard alone. So if I had a recommendation, if you're going to use this car, be sure that your expectations aren't too high on a keyboard. But if you are going to do like proper competitive racing or sim racing of any form, why would you be using a keyboard in the first place? You would probably be using a steering wheel. So I just say get a steering wheel and your experience will be better. But of course it depends on every steering wheel. But overall I really like the car. If I had to give it a rating, I would definitely give it around an 8 out of 10. Some things that tweak me off as a final polished product. Do I see a lot of sim racing coming out of this car pack? I'm not too sure, can't really tell you, but I do really enjoy it overall. So yeah, that's my review of the IndyCar DW12 2012 IndyCar road course car. Man, I've said car like three times now. But I think you get my general impression. It's pretty good overall. So that's it for me. I hope you guys are well, and tune in next time while I review another car. But you can also let me know in the comment section below what you also think. Take care, folks, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, Delta here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, and don't forget also to comment below. If you dislike it, be sure to also comment below and let me know what you think. I'm always trying to improve, as you can probably expect. And if you like my videos in general, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. If you like any of my other videos, don't forget to go check them out as per usual. Till then, I'll see you all soon, and thank you very much for watching.